Alright y'all, welcome back to AP World History. This is going to be Unit 2, Day 11. So reminders to please have out your history notebook and you're taking notes as you move through the video. And make sure that you also complete the vocabulary for this video, which will be on the next slide and down in the description. Let's go ahead and get started. Our key terms for today are going to be 12-war Shism, Shah Abbas the Great, Tamerlane, Babur, Akbar the Great, Divine Faith, Aurangzeb, and the Taj Mahal. Key concepts are going to be the political characteristics of the Safavid and Mughal empires, the religious and economic characteristics of the Safavid and Mughal empires, and the reasons for the Gunpowder Empire's decline. Now, for Safavid Persia, Safavids are derived from the Turkish conquerors of Persia and Mesopotamia. The founder is going to be Shah Ismail. He's going to reign from 1501 to 1524. He's going to claim the ancient Persian title of Shah, just means king. He's going to proclaim 12-ver Shism, which as the official religion. Now, what is 12-ver Shism? Well, what Shah Ismail is going to do is he's going to trace the origins of the original 12 ancient Shia imams, or the original descendants of Muhammad, and he's going to declare and believe that he's the 12th or hidden imam, and he's going to consolidate power as the religious leader as well. Later on, due to some stagnation and kind of the empire not doing very well, we have Shah Abbas the Great. He's going to revitalize the Safavid Empire, modernize the military with modern weapons from Western Europe, sought European alliances for trade and knowledge and information. He's going to permit European merchants and missionaries, and he's going to centralize the administration for the Safavid Empire. Now, the Mughal Empire, as we talked about last unit, we have Tamerlane. He's the direct predecessor to the Mughal Empire. And we have the real founder of the Mughal Empire is going to be Babur. He's going to create the Mughal Empire in India. He's a Central Asian Turk who's going to invade in 1523. In 1526, he will finally seize the Sultanate of Delhi. And by 1530, the Mughal Empire will embrace most of India. Now, the most famous Mughal emperor is going to be Akbar the Great. He's going to reign from 1556 to 1605. He's a brilliant, charismatic leader. He created a centralized absolute monarchy, and he's going to encourage religious tolerance between the religious minority, the Muslims, and the religious majority in India, the Hindus. And he's going to employ Hindus in the government. He's going to develop a syncretic religion between Hindus and Islam called Din-i-Iha, or the Divine Faith. He's going to eliminate the head tax on Hindus, which is going to kind of calm down the Hindu kind of hatred and kind of resentment toward the Muslims. And also he's going to ban sati, and sati, remember, is the patriarchal custom of India. Now, like most leaders, he dies, right? And the next major one is going to be his grandson, Aurangzeb, who's going to basically do the exact opposite of his grandfather. He will expand the empire, but he's going to revoke all the policies of toleration. He's going to reinstate the head tax, or the jizya. He's going to destroy Hindu temples. Now, the reason he's doing this is he's a devout Muslim who doesn't flow with the toleration and the syncretism of Islam. With the arrival of Europeans, Hindus love the Europeans because the Hindus realize that the Europeans can be a threat and a kind of force to remove these Muslim rulers. Aurangzeb is short-sighted and doesn't see that the Europeans can do this, so he allows the Europeans to set up bases and trade, and this will eventually be the fall of India to the Europeans. Is because of the allowing of these bases and trade. Here's a map of the Mughal state. If you notice, it will conquer all of India except for the farthest southern tip and Sri Lanka. Let's talk about commerce and demography for all three of these gunpowder empires. Now, they were all agricultural based. They have two major crops, wheat and rice. They're going to import coffee. Tobacco is extremely popular in this region. Some other commerce things. Peasants tend to be overtaxed and overworked by nobles. So much so that many are abandon their lands due to mistreatment. Unlike China and Europe during this time, population growth is going to be far less dramatic. They're going to see some population growth due to the introduction of, New World foods and things, but it's not going to be as substantial as other places. All of these empires were multinational and multi-religious. Mostly tolerant, kind of. They all benefited from long-distance trades. The Safavids offered silk, carpets, and ceramics to the Europeans. The Mughals were less attentive to foreign and maritime trading. They really traded textiles and things, but eventually the Europeans are going to kind of use that as kind of a staging area and base for the rest of the Indian Ocean. Now, there is plenty of religious diversity throughout all of these gunpowder empires. For religious minorities, they're going to be generally tolerant in Islamic states. The Ottoman Empire, they conquered peoples, were protected, granted religious and civil autonomy through the millet system. In India, it was tolerant, but then Aurangzeb made it not tolerant, and the majority of the population was Hindu, so he was really in the religious minority in that case. In Persia, the Shia were fanatical and enforced the Articles of Faith. So they were going to be, you could practice a religion as long as you paid your taxes. Now, this is also going to be the time of cultural patronage, especially in the Mughal Safavid Empire, and even in the Ottoman Empire with the building of art and mosques. They're going to sponsor arts and public works. This is going to be considered the golden age of Islamic architecture. This is going to be the development of the Taj Mahal, which is going to be a Mughal architecture. Now, Shah Jahan is going to build this for his late wife, who died, I think, after giving birth to 20 children. And it was considered so beautiful at the time that there's a story that he actually executed all the architects so they could not build something as beautiful. Now, what's the deterioration of these dynasties? They were caused by negligent rulers, factions, harem politics, government corruption. This is for the case for all three of the gunpowder empires. Tension is going to increase when religious conservatives abandon intolerance. Ottoman conservatives resisted innovations like the telescope and the printing press. And the Safavids, Shiite leaders urged the Shah to persecute Sunnis and Sufis. Non-Muslims lost most of their protection in the Safavids. Aurangzeb policies in the Mughal empires are going to provoke deep animosity from Hindus, and this is going to lead to a deterioration. Now, big reasons for the decline: the economy and the military. They both began to decline. The economy stagnated by the 18th century, and the failure to develop trade and industry to create their own finished goods is going to lead to the destruction of the economy. The military, they're going to import European weapons but never make their own. So if what that means is if a European country decides not to trade with them anymore, they don't have any access to guns. They're not making them anymore. This is going to lead to the rise of banditry, piracy, and it's just going to lead to a deterioration. We also have cultural insularity. Due to conservatism and religious conservatism, science, technology is ignored as it is seen as a Western threat. And socially, middle classes failed to develop, and there became a growing gap between the ruling elite and the peasants, leading to more animosity. The resistance to the printing press, meaning that they could not spread information quickly at all. And xenophobia became a cultural trait of Islam. All foreign and cultural innovations seen as a threat, and they were mostly ignored. So that's going to be the end of our notes for today. Please make sure you're following along with the notes and you complete the vocabulary for this video. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in class.